Putin: Russians do not see America as enemy. President Putin has said, Russia does not consider the US to be an enemy as the two countries were allies in two world wars. Putin was speaking at his annual Q&A where a self-described pro-Russian American asked how he could convince his fellow Americans that Moscow was not an enemy. Putin mentioned that the two countries were allies in two world wars. Putin reiterated his assertion that the anti-Russian sentiment in the US comes from internal political strife in America. The president said Russia has many friends in the US, although media hysteria has taken its toll on bilateral relations. Overall, Moscow believes US-Russia relations will return to normal. Putin commented on the congressional testimony made by former FBI Director James Comey, who accused Russia of interfering with the US election. It's a good enough thing. Comey did not accuse Russia of interference in the vote count during the 2016 US election, Putin said. The president said Russia's influence on Americans' minds was no greater than that of America, which sponsors NGOs worldwide with a goal to influence countries they work in. He also remarked that Comey's leaks to the media about his conversations with Trump put him in a vulnerable position. Comey suddenly said he recorded a conversation with Trump and then handed the tape over to the media, which is strange. What's the difference between him and Mr. Edward Snowden then? He's a human rights activist then, not an intelligence chief, Putin said. At any rate, if this entails some kind of prosecutions against him, Comey, we are ready to grant him asylum in Russia. He should be aware of that, Putin added. Putin said Moscow is determined to re-engage with Washington on several pressing international issues, including nuclear non-proliferation, arms control, combating poverty and climate change. He stressed political bickering between the world powers will not help in this regard. He mentioned the 2015 landmark Iran nuclear deal as a positive example of our cooperation with Washington. This means we can negotiate and work together. The Syrian issue, the Middle East issue, it's obvious to everyone that nothing will be achieved without our constructive dialogue, Putin said. This was Russia Today's article.